Inflation is everywhere. You see it in your grocery bill, at the gas pump, and even in your streaming service subscriptions. It's like a silent tax on your income, and it can feel like no matter how much you earn, it's never enough. But here's the thing, inflation isn't just something you have to suffer through. There are real, actionable steps you can take to protect your money, build financial resilience, and even come out ahead. What is inflation and why does it happen? Inflation simply means that the price of goods and services is rising over time, reducing the purchasing power of your money. $100 today buys you less than it did last year. But why does this happen? 1. Increased demand. When people have more money to spend, businesses raise prices. 2. Supply chain issues. Shortages in materials and goods push costs higher. 3. Government spending and monetary policy. When too much money is circulating, prices go up. 4. Energy costs. Higher gas and electricity prices drive up the cost of everything. 5. Wage increases. When businesses pay more in salaries, they often pass the cost on to consumers. A little inflation is normal, but when it gets out of control, it creates serious financial strain. How inflation affects your daily life. Inflation impacts everything, but here's where it really hurts. 1. Groceries and essentials. The cost of food and household items continues to climb. 2. Housing and rent. Home prices and rental rates increase, making it harder to afford a place to live. 3. Gas and transportation. Higher fuel costs make commuting and travel more expensive. 4. Savings and investments. If your money isn't growing faster than inflation, you're losing wealth over time. 5. Debt and interest rates. Borrowing money becomes more expensive as interest rates rise. For many, this feels like an invisible pay cut. Your paycheck might stay the same, but what you can afford is shrinking. How to fight back against inflation? Inflation is a challenge, but there are ways to minimize its impact. Here's how you can take control of your finances. 1. Track your spending like a pro. Most people don't realize how much small expenses add up. Start tracking every dollar you spend. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or even an old-school notebook. The more you know, the easier it is to cut unnecessary spending. 2. Differentiate between wants and needs. It's easy to justify small luxuries, but during times of inflation, prioritize essentials. Ask yourself, do I need this, or do I want this? Small changes in spending habits can make a big difference. 3. Negotiate everything. Prices are rising, but that doesn't mean you have to accept them as they are. Negotiate your bills, ask for discounts, and shop around for better rates on insurance, internet, and even rent. 4. Boost your income. One of the best ways to fight inflation is to make more money. Consider 1. Asking for a raise at work. 2. Starting a side hustle. 3. Offering freelance or consulting services. 4. Selling things you no longer use. Inflation shrinks your purchasing power, but increasing your income can help offset those losses. 5. Invest in assets that grow with inflation. Keeping cash in a low-interest savings account won't protect you from inflation. Instead, consider 1. Stocks and index funds. Historically, they outpace inflation over the long term. 2. Real estate. Property values and rental income often rise with inflation. 3. Commodities. Gold, silver, and other commodities can hold their value. 4. Treasury. Inflation-protected securities, TIPS, bonds that adjust for inflation. The goal is to have your money working for you instead of losing value over time. 6. Cut costs on everyday essentials. Inflation means every dollar counts. Save money by 1. Buying in bulk when prices are lower. 2. Using cashback apps and discount codes. 3. Meal prepping to avoid overspending on food. 4. Canceling unnecessary subscriptions. A little effort in budgeting can help offset rising prices. One of the most powerful ways to deal with inflation is to shift your mindset. Instead of focusing on what inflation is taking from you, focus on what you can create. Ask yourself, 1. How can I increase my value in the marketplace? 2. What skills can I develop to earn more? 3. How can I adapt my financial strategy to stay ahead? Successful people don't just react to inflation, they use it as motivation to level up. Inflation is real, but it doesn't have to control your life. By making smarter financial choices, increasing your income, and focusing on long-term wealth building, you can not only survive inflation but thrive despite it. Now, let's hear from you. What strategies are you using to fight inflation? Drop a comment below with your best tip. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more financial strategies to help you navigate today's economy.